Salute to everybody in the building. It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back with a banger on the 2 Wild podcast. Harrison, are you an alcoholic? Can you just wait a second? He's been waiting for me to start this to pop that. You too, man. So I guess I got to get in. What we got here, man? Today is not sponsored by Monday Night Brewing. Draft Kilt.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe one day. I like orange, so I'm gonna try this.
It's strong.
It is.
Yeah.
Scotch ale sounds.
Yeah. What's the percentages here? Let me just check.
It sounds strong.
Let me see. What's the percentage?
I'm drinking a
12. This is 7.4.
5.8. 7.4 is pretty high.
Yeah, I know.
Heavy.
This is a 7.2. So y'all just gonna
5.8.
We knew
starting off light.
We knew that those weren't.
So y'all
good
just.
ones.
Yeah, I knew to go for this one, honestly.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, I got 4.4. Let's go.
Well, you got a longer ride at home, so you know.
You're the skinniest.
So
I'm only taking 2 sips.
Salutes to everybody. Salutes, man. I got 2 good friends of mine in the building today. You know, what's your name?
Harrison. Omar.
Harrison Omar.
Blake Neville.
Linder.
Blake Neville.
Salutes, no shots at Blake, but you know you got to play around. But salutes, man. I've been wanting you to come on. I've been telling Harrison to have you on for about a week or 2 now. Like I've been telling him. And then
he just told me.
He just told you,
ago.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why when I talk to Harrison and I buck on him, it's because of that, Harrison. Because I know, like, I mean, you made it happen. You made it happen.
My schedule is all out of whack.
But Harrison, I understand you because I understand myself. We are people that are just on the go. Like, you got to take it. Like, hey, I can do it now. Like, you be like, I'm busy. Hey, I can do it now, though.
Yep.
So you got to kind of like, okay, let's do it now. Boom. That's how I am, too.
Yeah,
so
say, what are you doing in 2 hours?
Yeah, exactly. And that's just sometimes how it works. And, you know, magic happens. So we're here today to address the allegations that have been floating around about you, Harrison Neville. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a great content creator.
Nah. I really, you know, wanted you just to come back. He was on my first show. We shot it really weird on the couch. Now we have like a little bit of a better set. This is actually a new setup now is this one where I'm on the couch. There's 3 people, but I usually do, you know, we were sitting like weird. Now I look back, it's like, bro, we should have been doing it like this. It looks a little bit better in my opinion.
Live and learn.
I didn't think it was weird.
It was just, thank you, but it was just like we were talking like this. Like it was like, I don't know. Now it's like you get to see the whole premise, the whole room. So, you know, it is. But let me get that. How many subscribers you got?
30.
30,000? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 30. I pay you $100 a 1,000 subs.
Appreciate you.
God, where's the Brinks truck, bruh? I need my shit.
There's another stack of 100 over there.
There ain't enough over there.
That's
You're getting 1,000 every.
It's 100 over there, which is $1 million, bro. So relax.
That ain't enough.
Okay, excuse me, Mr. Big Guy. See that? You see him?
Humble. Look, every 1,000
much?
subs, it's $100. I got 1.7 million. So you need to give me
200.
10 million.
No. I got to give you 200, basically, or 170 hundreds, bro. Get your math up, bro. You got me in sub, but you ain't smart, man.
Maybe not.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's see, that was, you got, yeah, I don't know, man, but just leave me alone. Leave me alone, bro. I might be off. Yeah, man. I'm probably off, bro.
170,000.
How many hundreds are there in the, Alexa, how many hundreds are there in 1.7 million?
10,000.
10,000 hundred.
Oh,
so
yeah,
100 grand.
Yeah, I don't have enough for you. I'm sorry. All right, yeah, you're right. I don't have enough for you. So yeah, man. I mean, we're kind of just doing a random show today. Everything was kind of winged together, but I would like to talk about some things with YouTube and get to know you more. Let the people know more about you.
I appreciate
I'll make sure to leave your link down below in the description.
Thank you.
As well, and you know something we talked about, Harrison, that we've talked about it. I talked about it with Snipe. I talked about it with Kais. I talked about it with everybody on the show. Everybody always says, hey, man, what would you recommend for somebody who wants to do YouTube? And what worked for you and what worked for me was something that worked back then, but Blake is doing it now. I feel like he would have a better explanation for somebody out there that wants to do it. Because how long you been doing it?
Like 2.5, 3 years.
Okay.
So I'll give a premise of how you met Blake through me, correct?
Yes.
And Blake and I
met you at the Hawks game for the first time. I knew about you, and I knew that like Nick and all that, but that was the first time I met you.
So
for sure,
Blake and we met because we both lived in the same building in the city, and I was chilling with Nick at the pool, having some beers, and then Blake just walked down. And was like, "Yo, I've seen your YouTube channel," and we sat there and talked for like an hour, and then later on he told me he had one. How many subs did you have at the time?
At the time, I had like 600 or 700 subs.
600 subs. So like over time, we started hanging out more because we're in the same building and everything. And then we kept kind of started talking about YouTube more and stuff. And then I kind of like went in a little direction of like kind of giving him some of my tips and whatever, because we talk a lot about sneakers and like, let's start talking about YouTube and that kind of thing. So that's the kind of our background and where we started.
Yeah. So that's how I met Harrison, was just at the pool one day. And really, I just wanted to get to know him, and we ended up becoming friends, like grilling hot dogs and just chilling at the pool and stuff. And I didn't really like discuss YouTube from a standpoint of like my channel or asking questions or anything like that, because that wasn't just the vibe of
we were like hanging out
the conversation. It was just like hanging out. And then just like over time,
You were already into shoes too, what you told me, right?
Yeah. So So
Right.
I started collecting shoes like around 2008, 2009. Like the Space Jams the 2009 Space Jams were one of the first Jordans that like I really liked a lot. The 2010 Cool Grays were like huge. I worked at Finish Line at that time, so that was like kind of how I got started into like being interested in different types of sneakers. But like meeting Harrison was just like a cool thing, but like really it was just like he's just a regular person. Like, no offense, but he's just a regular dude. So like we just became friends like organically, and then like over time, like I would ask him like certain things, like, hey, how did you do that, or how'd you do this, and he would give me tips. He's always been like super helpful, so I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah, he's cool. He can be an asshole sometimes. But nah, that's what's up. So
Tony can't have like a sincere moment. Like he's got to have his comedic relief to break the sincerity.
I mean, the thing is, and that's the thing. That's the thing that I like to talk about, is that people don't understand that. You're a great friend, but I mean, you throw little sliders every once in a while.
Off camera, we
throw sliders
do
all
the
the
same
time.
thing. We just go at each other.
I just need y'all to understand, because I mean, my people understand, but they think I just be like a mean friend. Like, Harrison, why you fuck with that guy? That guy's an asshole.
Well, I can see from their perspective why they think that, because like you just are kind of a very, like, I joke around with you like that off camera more, but you like on camera like go harder than you do like in person. So
I think you need to do it more on camera though, because I think people like come to me because they know I'm friends with you, and their perspective of you is so much different than mine.
Yeah, I assume
whereas
so.
like it's like, nah, he's regular, like same jokes that you would tell anybody else.
I guess
really funny.
Like off camera, before we were doing this, we were grilling each other.
Yeah. I feel like, though, on a good note, for someone that like watches Harrison Neville, I guess I could say that Harrison is better in person than on camera. So if you like him on camera, you like him even more in person. I'll say that.
I'd agree with that.
I feel like
You don't see a lot of me on camera though.
That's what I'm saying.
Limited.
I feel like you guys aren't getting the whole Harrison Neville experience. I mean, the guy, smokes cigars and plays golf
I do.
and drinks on beer. You know what I'm saying?
I know people saw Hospice's story of me smoking a cigar with him. We were in Texas. People were like, Harrison smoking a cigar? What the hell?
Yeah.
Like,
he's a different guy,
I used to go
man.
to a cigar bar in college and smoke cigars with my roommates. Like we'd just be sitting there. We would smoke a pipe or something, like not like weed pipe, but like a tobacco pipe, like old man style. Like,
I had like a corncob pipe one time.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Just because I thought it looked cool.
But
I need to do that
like to
one
play
time.
poker with the boys.
I should have brought the hookah. I don't know if y'all do hookah, but next time
Not in
maybe.
COVID times. I'm not sharing a hookah with you.
Man, I got tips, bro.
I guess, yeah.
You do hookah? Oh, okay. Next time I'll have a hookah just sitting right in the middle. So Blake, I mean, what's it like being a new creator? Like, what they always ask me, like I said before, said with Harrison, like, what worked for me didn't always work. What did you find worked for you is coming in? Like, what got you in? And
So like off the bat, I was real hesitant to start my channel. Just like wasn't really sure if it would work out or things like that. And so when I started it, I got the Fear of God Skylons. That was when I started my channel. I ended up getting them technically early. Nike pushed back the release date. I got a pair from Social Status here in Atlanta. And so I looked them up online. There was like no images. Nobody had a video out yet on those. And so I thought, well, this would be a good time to like put out a video, because they're going to release in a couple weeks, and hopefully that would get me some traction. And so I think like a lot of my channel has been based off early sneakers and doing early reviews and things like that. And it's done pretty well, like for the most part, not every single video, but for the most part, like getting a shoe early, I think it's not a guarantee, but I think it can like help you, gain some traction. But I think honestly, what's more important is being like who you are on camera. And so like for me, I'm more laid back. I talk in like maybe like more monotone type voice compared to like somebody like Harrison or somebody that's just more energetic. And so but that's just my style. Yeah. So
well, the interesting thing to me is, because there's people compare like sneaker YouTubers and stuff, but like I'm always kind of like on the outskirts because I'm not your typical reviewer. But Blake is more in like Tony's lane. Like you guys make more similar content than like Tony and I do, and that's because Blake has been in it longer than I have. Like his passion for sneakers, so it's kind of like more that OG style where like I'm roped in the category of hype beast and the younger kids into it, which is fine. But that just shows kind of like video style how like because my mind just works a little bit different. I don't do the standard reviews.
Yes. So prior to like starting my channel, I watched sneaker YouTube. So like I said, I started collecting around 2008, 2010. And I watched
some of the first people. I mean, you don't have to say me if you ain't watched me, but I'm just curious, like when you came on, like
you, Fomer, Jacques Slade, and like Seth Fowler. But I know he really didn't start his YouTube till later on. But yeah, like I've watched like. Honestly, like my favorite videos are like some of Fomer Simpson's really old videos where he'd do it like on top of a parking garage or like things like that.
Performances.
Yeah, and he'd do like his LeBron reviews because I was
big on
I was big on LeBron's then, like the 9s and 10s, and like his reviews were hilarious to me. And I like his review style now where it's like more serious. He still shows his personality, his jokes and things, but it's like done in a different way.
He does like a podcast almost in a way.
Yeah,
the way it's kind of like talking.
Yeah,
and
it's like an 8 to 10 minute video. Like, I think his format of videos is really cool. I like Seth Fowler's a lot. I like yours. I like a lot of different people's for different reasons. Like yours are really funny, and like your language and the way you talk about things is funny.
Appreciate it.
And so
Pink Panther.
And so
I've had to tone down a little bit. Thanks to YouTube, but
cut it back just a little bit.
No more granddaddy ball sack.
Yeah. On here, well, I guess, granddaddy ball sacks, Pink Panther pussy. It really is not even like you got to stop it. They just don't want it in the intro.
Yeah, first 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's
the monetization rule and how they push things is you have to withstand any cursing for the first 30 seconds.
That's why we're back at it like a motherfucking crack addict is gone. And that was my intro. That was my intro. You feel me?
Yeah, and you stole that from 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
His album came out like 2 years ago, and you started doing it after.
Exactly. I ran with it. But
those are people that I enjoyed watching like before I ever even considered making YouTube at all.
And one thing I want to mention that you mentioned to me off the camera that I think is somewhat of a misconception for people that look at it. People like to always say that, and I will say it can hinder you, but it's always important to try to make yourself above the product. And what I mean by that is
build your own brand.
Yeah, like don't make the product determine your content and your views and all that. And for you, I feel like, for instance, it didn't happen. What did happen is when you showed your face, you got more views. What I mean by that is people say like you take away the shoes from somebody, they're nobody. You take away those early reviews, ain't nobody watching. Like it might be less views, but if Blake if you would have never put your face in the camera, it ain't like you was gonna blow up. They needed a face to make you go to the next. You need a face behind the shoe to give it something. Like it plays hand in hand. I don't think a person can just do reviews, no face ever shown, and it just be it. Well, salute to Hes Kicks. He does it too, but Hes has shown his face and he like has shows his face.
I like his videos too.
Yeah. But what I used to tell Blake is from the beginning, and like I tried to like, because my mind works in a certain way on YouTube, and like I don't want to be overbearing, and like you don't want to, like when you're at a golf course, you don't want to be the guy teaching everybody, but like I try to like give a little guidance. And one of the things that I said when I started YouTube, doing videos like that are good to a point, and then once you start to like doing videos where it's just a review and using that item or that video to get people, you have to have it at first because people don't give a shit about you at first. They don't care who you are, they don't care what you do. They care about what they're there for. So you have to start with that, and then you slowly add yourself in on top of what you're doing, so you have a credible item as an early shoe or a review, and then you have your self aspect to it, and then what they like to add is the B-roll and the on feet. That's kind of their aspect of something they try to always do in their videos to make them stand apart. I think he did a good job of balancing that, because I think to start, in my opinion, you have to kind of go towards a blanket thing and like not think about it as you, and then slowly put yourself into it so that people will like you.
Yeah.
And what they're
That's how the
referencing,
vlogging and stuff works so well.
and what they're referencing is when I started my channel, I only showed the shoe. So I would actually like set up my camera, which was my iPhone, like at a table, and I'd only show the shoe like this, like in my hand, like so. And because I wanted the way in my mind I was going to make my channel stand apart was to just show you the shoe as close as possible, and not really focus on me. Just you can come to my channel, see the shoe, and like
But Blake,
that's it.
I'm going to expose something about you, as you said, because I think it's very important.
All right.
You also mentioned that you was not as comfortable.
Yeah.
Because there's tons of people
100%,
right now
like,
that be like, yo,
1000%.
Blake, man, I've been wanting to do YouTube and I wasn't comfortable. Like, so I think you should explain how you overcame that, because there's so many people, trust me, that went through the same thing. You did something that there's tons of people that want to start a channel that they're just not comfortable to do it. Like when you first start, you start speaking. Like if you look at my first video, you look at Harrison's first video. Hi guys, I'm
Mine
here
are
to
terrible.
do it.
I'll tell you,
Like-
I started my channel. I did not want to be on camera. I just wanted to make videos so bad because I love video and video production, but I had nothing to make them on. And I figured that it would be fun to do it with the clothing and the sneakers that I started doing. I thought I have to put myself in front of camera in order to do this YouTube thing. And so I forced myself to do that. But like you could tell on anybody's channel, you start somewhere, you suck. You end up being better. There's no quick fix to it. It just takes 10 years, 7 years of being on camera to make it work. That's the only way it's going to happen.
I can tell you, being on YouTube has made and I did communications in college, but it made my communication skills like phenomenal. I feel like I can talk to anybody. I can articulate. I might talk about granddaddy ball sacks, but if you talk to me one-on-one, like I can
I'm
break
just going to
stuff
talk
down.
to you about the hairs on the
And
granddaddy's
that
ball.
beard is just making me so goddamn nervous how you just sitting on that little ass arm. Are you really that confident, bro? Because if it spills, I'm charging you for this whole goddamn rug. Okay? I'm going to need a new rug, off-white wet grass rug in this motherfucker if you spill something on there. But how'd you overcome it, man?
that?
Like,
So out of anybody that could be out there watching this video, I promise you I was the most uncomfortable filming myself ever. Like the most uncomfortable. And I did communications in college.
Same.
Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Least favorite class. I got a job selling the newspaper door to door. So if you've never been uncomfortable, like going to somebody's front door, a stranger, and trying to sell them the newspaper is insane. So I did that.
When was
I
that,
actually
though?
did pretty good at it.
When was that? Like, what year?
Like 2008.
Okay.
2008.
I can only imagine it now, how people just be off to like COVID. And
Oh, yo, you
everything.
couldn't
Like,
do it. You'd probably get shot.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, you
the
couldn't
fuck
do
you
it
doing
now.
at my door?
Back up.
Yeah, so I did that. I got the cops called on me multiple times.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, I mean, whatever. But so I did that job, and I remember my parents being like, "Really, you're gonna do that job?" Because they knew like I couldn't like just walk up and talk to somebody like that. So I did that. I actually did pretty well at it. They closed that job down with the online sales, but then I worked at Finish Line, and I started as a stock guy in the back. So it was like cool for me because it was like I don't have to talk to anybody. And then
What year was that? You man?
2008.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I moved to like sales associate from the stock room. So it was like I got comfortable like selling shoes, and it was like pretty easy because I liked shoes. So it was like an easy conversation for me.
Whatever, we can get to that topic later because that's a topic even to speak about now. Like, I feel like when you go to Foot Locker, they don't know shit about shoes no more.
Yeah, so I loved learning. Like I did crazy like but yeah, we'll talk about that. But then I ended up getting into like a managerial role at Finish Line when I left there, and that made me a lot more comfortable, but only in person. Like I could talk to you in person, but filming myself always seemed like insane. And then I started my channel, and it was like, man, I'm not trying to be on camera. So I just started it like where you couldn't see my face. And I think really it just took like time. And like, I've filmed videos before a long time ago, filmed videos and watched it back and like just not posted it. Cause it was like, I don't know. Like
With
just
the face,
feel
you mean?
uncomfortable.
With your face, you mean? Or
Just like, in general, just like vibe of the video.
What was the video that showed the face and why? Like, was like, all right, I'm ready to, was it literally like, oh, so you just kind of did it on some like random and like, oh shit, I just realized.
Yeah, it was just like this. It was just like this video. I'm gonna, instead of angling the camera down, I'll just do it like.
I feel
at
like
my
me
desk.
and Nick mentioned like said something to you of like you should like get in front of the camera. I feel like I remember that. Or something.
I don't remember if I got in front of the camera before I met you or after.
remember.
I'd have to look.
I feel like Nick and I though. I feel
I
like
wonder.
I can talk to you like.
Do you think that maybe Harrison, you had him on his channel, like in person face before he was on? Like when you had him on your first time he was ever in your video.
No, he had been doing videos with his face on before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to look and see.
But I think I remember me, Nick, and Blake like hanging out and being like, "You should like do like your face, like that'd be really good and get branding and stuff." I feel like I remember that. I don't remember like what.
Okay, so
getting some stuff about you, man. People sending stuff in, man. They know you're live. They want me to ask you some crazy
you
questions.
put stuff on Twitter.
honestly, it might have been.
Yeah,
I didn't put that on Twitter. I should have did that.
It might have been a SneakerCon video.
Okay.
To be honest.
So it makes sense that you would kind of have.
I think
like,
so.
You don't just, yeah.
Oh yeah, so
I think so.
He is on like, so we were on the first wave and generation of sneaker cons
Yeah.
going.
SneakerCon.
Now Blake is kind of the new generation of going because SneakerCon takes him out to some of these events now.
Still.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to the Cleveland or some? It's something I seen.
Well, they're doing Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver. You going?
Nah.
Like he
But
just,
they're doing San Antonio at the end of
Just in
March.
Florida.
I'll be at that one.
Florida. Yeah,
Fort
man.
Lauderdale.
How do you feel about that looking back now? Like,
I think it was cool because it's cool to like have a like to say to people like we at one point kind of traveled the U.S. with a convention and
That's how I
got
look
to
at
meet
it.
people and like it's cool because it was 2 years of straight going all around the U.S.
well, you know what's funny though that you said that? I think Blake might be the third round because we were the first. I've talked to Snipe.
It's not, yeah.
I think UBK, all them boys, they're not
Second.
doing it like that no
They're
more.
the second
They're the
round,
second.
yeah.
It seemed like
Yeah.
Blake might be that
And
third.
he's got a whole like group, like friends that go to the SneakerCon as well.
Yeah.
He hangs out like
who's some of your?
wait. Before we went to SneakerCon Atlanta, I've been to SneakerCon in years, and he go and met up with all these people who were there with the event and stuff. And I didn't know anybody. Nobody didn't know. I don't know if they know me or not, but like I didn't know them. And I was like,
They knew.
I guess. But they were like, I was just standing around, and he was like, oh, what's up? And they're coming from other states, and I'm like, this is wild that like I don't even know the people who travel SneakerCon anymore. Obviously, I don't go anymore, but it's different now.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's just moving along, man. Because I don't know. Like I just look at like us and everybody. Like we're all still doing our thing. It's just different things at the time. It's all. And the good thing though about it that I can at least say at the end of the day that I'm happy about is like nobody can ever say we didn't. Like we try to gatekeep people or like we did what we did. We had our fun. We just moved on to something else. And then the next people did the same thing. And then it's like an experience for everybody. Like
because you can only do it so long. Like
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Blake, like you might get to a point where you're like, well, I did
say
this a
definitely
lot.
take advantage of it and have fun with it and make some dope content because we made dope content, build great relationships.
I think it's better now though because when we did it, it was the vlogging era, and 10 people would go film a video that day, and it would be a war to see who can get their video out first. So people would grind till 4 a.m. and upload their video first because once that first video dropped, nobody cared about anybody else's because they don't want to see the same perspective 10 times. And that's where a big issue came because we stopped being able to get content.
Yeah.
And then also like the fact that like when we were at the events, like you said, everybody was there, but also I feel like now it's more relaxed. When I go to events now, I don't feel like I have the camera out 24/7. I had to have that motherfucker out 24/7.
Catch whatever was happening.
Yeah.
No, it's chill. I really enjoy going to the events, to be honest with you. And I've gone to them in the past, like before I had YouTube. So like I went to them just regular, show up to the event because I like sneakers. And it was like I would see like people like you or Kais or whoever was there. And it was like, damn, like I watched their videos. There they are. Like I'd met some of you guys. I never met you, but
you went to London, right? You
I went to London
just for SneakerCon, like not with them, just as for himself.
It was that was unique. It was on my birthday, October 6th. And I've always wanted to go to London. So I was like, well, I could take a trip to London and hit SneakerCon, make a video. Like that was when I was like within the first year of my channel. So it was like, that'd be pretty cool. So I did that like on my own. They didn't fly me out or anything. I just went. But yeah, I like the events a lot. I just love to see different sneakers. I feel like if you're wanting to buy something, it's like one of the best places to go to find something if you're trying to buy it in person. And they've definitely over time, I think, improved the experience as far as having different vendors and different people there and whatever. But
okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of. You don't know nothing about Harrison. Knew nothing about this either. But it's nothing really bad, Harrison. But I think you would want to talk about this, and I want to talk about it. And I think Blake, we talked a little bit, or we all talked about it beforehand. There was a statement that was made in the Section 8 community. It was not even like a bad statement, but they were looking at like the UA talk and stuff. The fakes and talk was big, and they said they think that Harrison Neville was like the biggest content sneaker YouTuber that does fake sneakers, like fakes, not like the fact that you do the comparisons and all that. When I look back, like a lot of the big videos were the fake videos. Do you say that you somewhat indulge in that? Like as far as like, how do you look at yourself on the fake side of the world versus the real side? Because you do both, and that both do well numbers. Do you feel like you would say that, not even say like you are promoting the buying of it, but the content around it? What do you like? Whatever. Just say what you want to say about it. You get the concept.
Yeah. So like, I'm obviously not like a UA reviewer, but I think there's always interest in that side of the world because now more than ever, the shoes are incredibly realistic looking. And so even back then, so I think one of my first videos on fakes was I bought them off of Wish.
Yeah.
And so I'll let you in on my psyche on that is when I made those videos, it was a trend on normal YouTube to buy stuff off of Wish. And they were getting millions of views. And I was like, okay, nobody's doing that. Like, what can I do to bring into sneaker world? And so what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to buy fake sneakers on Wish. And so if you guys know Wish, they're the worst fake sneakers that you can get. They're not UAs. They're like legitimate
AAA.
They're legitimate, horribly $5 Canal Street fakes. Like they're terrible. And so when I was doing that, it was like entertainment purely. And then as I did more of those, people would send me links and say like, look, these are not good fakes. And like, obviously I knew that, but they're like
give respect. If you're going to do it the right way.
Yeah. Like you're not even showing the good stuff. How can you talk about this? And like everybody knows you watch those videos. My perspective on it is I don't care if you wear fakes, just don't try to scam people and sell your fakes as real. I don't care if you wear fakes. It's like, I understand like, and you'll know that I preface all my videos with that, but with like the Wish and all that. So that once people started saying, do the betters, the better like fakes, I eventually went into the Reddit forums and started researching a little bit more and found
Rep Sneaker talk.
Rep Sneaker. Yeah. So then I found a good one there, and it was kind of like, I just did it again. It was like a second wave. And so, and then recently again, so I get out of doing it because I don't want to do too much because YouTube kind of cramps down on fake sneakers.
You just don't want the wrong.
If you approach it the wrong way, your channel can get deleted, and it's happened. And so like I try not to do it all the time, and like I even like talk to my management. I'm like, look, do you guys think that this is risky? And the fact that like I could get in trouble for this, and like they're like, they were going to talk to YouTube about it, but I ended up going forward with it before because I looked back on my other videos, and if I'm not promoting the sale of them,
this is all educational, bro. As long as it's educational, it's good.
Yeah, because I'm legitimately comparing real to fake, and just to show people like the amount of DMs that I get of like, where did you buy those shoes from? It's insane.
Yeah,
and it doesn't bother me, but like I can't be promoting that. It's like because 2 years ago, your email, especially your email, my email, were flooded with like fake sneaker companies trying to have us promote on the channel.
Shit,
you used to do that. Yeah, I still get it now, but you used to do like the reviews.
Yes,
I never really did that. So then you would get like crazy emails.
I have to always say that I used to. So Blake, I don't know if you know. I'll just let you know. I started my YouTube channel doing fakes. I like to always say it because they think that I hide that. I started as my channel. My name was Repman1109 when I first started YouTube.
I get a ton of DMs on Instagram.
Oh, at least that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
every day.
But like the thing is, at the end of the day, is like, I don't even look at it wrong at all because like I want to start doing real versus fake again. I want to get back into that. But when I look at like Harrison, like your biggest video was the fake Dior, or maybe the one that like really like. I mean, you was already popping, but that one took you to the next step.
Yeah,
so
I think I had like 900.
Do you get hate from people that rock you? Do they think you're bashing them, or they understand what you're doing?
I mean, maybe I don't see it because I don't sit and read comments all day. How it kind of works with me is like I make the videos, and when you go on your YouTube studio, you'll see the most recent comments on there.
Yeah.
Other than that, Nick's my cameraman, will go and read the comments, and if there's something that we need to address, he'll kind of like tell me like, people were talking about this in the comments, or he'll be like, this person commented that your dad bought your car, and then we laugh about it, like that kind of stuff. So like, I don't really see the comments like that, and I try not to think too much about it because at the end of the day, like it's good and entertaining content for people to watch, and I don't think that it's something that should be like that I'm not allowed to do because you know, I'm in the sneaker world, and how I approach it, it's showing people the real is fake. And I you know, it's fun for me to see, because when I bring people to my warehouse and show them, they're like, that makes no sense. And so it's like, obviously I think people would care to see that.
So you don't have to answer this question, because I don't want you to like, it's not even a trick question. But little Johnny comes up to you at SneakerCon. He's 17. Man, I want those fucking Travises, and I struck out. Harrison, should I just pay $3,000, or should I just buy these UAs that I found this on this website?
Well, see, I saw this. This was similar. You and Bull had this conversation on the podcast, and like
with me, I'll tell you with me once again, because I'm going to go to you with all these same questions.
All right.
With me, it's buy retail. I'm not finna spend crazy resale. I'm not finna buy the UA. But if you want the shoe that bad and you had to either buy resale or UA, I'm just going to say buy UA, because you could buy resale and still get scammed. That's just how I look at it. It's too much risk. I wouldn't want my subscribers paying $3,000 on a shoe and not being 100% knowing it came from there. That's just how I look at it.
So I saw a bunch of different opinions on this, and like I watched the videos where you guys kind of talked about that, and I agree with a lot of different perspectives on it. The way that I saw a couple of different arguments about, like, you know, people wasting their money on the real thing just to say that it's a real thing. I will say one of the things that I would say is, like, if somebody chooses to go and buy the real one, you will have more inherent value as an investment of the shoe, because you can take that shoe, wear it a bunch of times, and sell it. Now, I also know that there's a community for that in the UA world where people will sell fake UAs, but if you look at it from, if you do end up buying that real sneaker, you can wear that thing, and then when you get tired of it, you can sell it and put that money towards something else. But with UAs, $180 for that UA, like I spent, obviously it's a cost incurred with my business. I'm not looking at it like that, but like it's going to be a lot harder to get that money out of that shoe, because you're not going to be able to sell it as real, which people try to do, and that's where they try to get money. But like selling it as a fake, the market for that is a lot smaller. There's not like a StockX for UA sneakers.
Only thing I'm going to say to that, and I get what you're saying fully, but the only thing I'm going to say on the other side of that, in my opinion, is spending $3,000 and then trying to get the shoe back.
Well, $3,000 is different.
Okay,
like,
or $1,500. Say you spend $1,000, you wear the shoe, you sell it for $800, right? I'm pretty sure the person that's buying the UA for $180, they're not even thinking about ever selling it. They're gonna beat the fuck out of it. It's only $180. They're not even planning on selling it. The person that spent the $900, they're in their mind, there's a thought that maybe one day they'll sell it. Especially if they pay resale, they might wear it a couple times, beat it up, and throw it back. If you're getting a shoe for $180, you know, it's even the same way now. Like if I get I got the mochas for $170. I got them for retail. They're going for $500. I don't feel. Some people will feel like do I wear them because I can make $500? But with me, if I spent retail, I don't feel the same if I would have spent $500.
For sure.
If I would have bought it for $500, I'd be like special occasion.
And when it comes to like $3,000 sneakers, I think that's a totally different world. Or like Dior's, like not like the people buying Dior's are people who are very well off. Like I've bought many pairs of Dior's because it's a business expense and I can sell them. But like I don't think as somebody who has a $30,000 a year salary should be spending that much money on a pair of Dior's. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Why? Like I don't have a pair of Dior's anymore because I've sold them, because to me, I make plenty of money and I don't think it makes any sense to have and wear those shoes. Like the most expensive shoe I have that I wear is like $2,500. And that to me, like that's a special occasion shoe, like you said. But like maybe it's like me not having that love, but like it's like that shoe, the Dior and all that is meant for people who do a lot of things where they're, you know, going to places where it's worth wearing that, because I'm not going to wear that to go to Costco to get my groceries. I'm not going to wear it to the mall to go pick up some clothing. Like I think that's a shoe that's like, it's worth spending that money if you go to if you go to red carpets, you do this and that. And I don't think people should be spending, you know, $7,500 on a shoe like that, unless they could say it's an investment. Which,
you know what's the difference between you though and a Kais?
Mm-hmm.
I know you, Harrison. I know Kais. You're not going to spend resale on personal. You'll spend resale on business.
No, it's not true.
Well, no, what I'm saying, listen, you would spend resale for the purpose of a content before you would spend it on a personal. What I mean by that is Harrison Neville's a blazer guy. Yeah. You don't need, like when you personally, like that's what I'm saying. You'll spend maybe 200 whatever, bucks, yeah. But you're not the type, like you had 50 pairs of Dior's, I've seen it. Yeah. And you don't care, like after a while you don't really care about it. Like Harrison Neville, the person, I don't think he needs to. He's not going to spend 500.
There's certain shoes.
The Harrison Neville that's trying to do like a off-white thing, or he's trying to do a big project, I can get it. Kais, he'll fucking spend $3,000. Like,
but I'll make it argue because there are certain things.
He'll spend $3,000 and not even show the shoe on his channel, but and then like, you'll find out like a month later he bought it.
Well, like the CPFMs, I bought a pair on a video and then I sold them because my buddy came out of warehouse and really wanted them, and I beat them to the ground, but they were too small, so it like they hurt my feet when I wore them. So I sold them to him, and like 2 months ago, I bought myself another pair, paid resale. And I haven't said anything or shown anybody them. They just look like the same pair that I've had.
Yeah.
But like but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you treat yourself like you treat you just like you like.
I like spending my money. I spend so much money on shoes for business. Like last year, I spent like over $300,000 in shoes for business. Like that's insane. And so I don't like to spend my own money at the end of the day that's not business on more shoes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
I like
that's there's nothing wrong with that at all in my opinion. But that's what I'm saying. Kais, he'll fucking do that. Like he'll do it. Like, but you like.
No, I know. Yeah.
Like
he had Red Octobers when he first moved to LA.
Harrison's the type of person you'll go 3 months just banging out bangers, and then Harrison might buy himself the diamond dunk.
I'm not buying. Oh,
no, the dunks, the diamond dunk things, whatever. The
CPFMs.
Yeah, those you'll buy it. Hey, and that's your little.
But it was convenience.
That's your little present to yourself, though. For like, hey, we did it. We went crazy. Like whatever. I just don't see you like personally. Like Harrison Neville is blazers, simple shoes, and then he might have like a banger that he throws out every once in a while. That's how I take it.
Like I had I did the Chicago Jordan 1s. I got those back, which is my exact pair, and I wear those now. I wore them to the SEC championship. I wore them to the Hawks game the other night. So like there are certain shoes, but like it was convenience to buy those CPFMs because I just sold $12,000 worth of shoes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, and I told the guy that was buying my used pair, I was like, look, I'm not letting these go unless it's for a good price. Cause I usually would just give all my friends steals on stuff because it's whatever. I've got, use them and stuff for videos. But like that one specifically, I was like, look, I need to get at least a good amount out of it. Cause I'm going to go reorder this pair right now so I can have a better size. But, yeah. And so that's, like I said, I love buying shoes. Like I bought, in the past 2 days, I bought 12 shoes for like $5,000, which is not a lot for me, but like I bought 10 from the mall and whatever. It's a business at the end of the day now.
All in all, Jimmy says that, or Johnny says that, you're not even going to probably tell him, you're just going to say, don't spend that much money on resale. You're not even going to say, hey, go buy you probably just tell them like, relax.
But the difference is I don't know and understand people's financial standpoints. Yeah. So like, I can't be the one to tell them that they should spend this kind of money because they could have $500,000 in the bank that they inherited or something.
Exactly. I got you.
And that $3,000 is a drop in the pot to them. They're just like, I don't know if I should buy these, but they've got, or it's somebody who has $3,100 in their bank account. Like, should I buy this $3,000 shoe? And it's like, no, probably not. You should probably, spend it on more important things. So I think I can't be the one to tell the person that, like, they're asking my advice because I make the content and stuff, but I don't pocket watch and I don't know what's going on in people's. It does not, affect me. So
Blake, what you thought? You heard a whole bunch of talk, so I'm pretty sure you can just lay it out. I'm just listening.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like where he ended that is people ask me too, like, especially with some of the videos that I've had, like do really well. Like I think my most viewed video is my fake Marjard video from StockX, which I don't know if you've seen it, but
I think he told either you told. Did you just mention that before off camera?
No.
Or did he? Maybe I think you might have mentioned it.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
So long story short, if you watch my video, then you'll get most of the details. But like I'll give some behind the scenes maybe. So in 2018, I ordered a pair of Marjards, Tom Sachs Marjards off StockX. Paid $1,650 for them, and that was like kind of the going rate at the time. They were like $1,400 to $2,000. And I literally that's a huge grail for me, probably my number one sneaker that I've ever wanted. And really it was the 2012 pair, not the 2017 pair, but that's the one that they re-released. And so I bought them off StockX, $1,650 I saved months to buy them. Okay. So in that perspective, like that shoe meant that much that I was going to save the money and pay $1,650 instead of paying $200 and getting a fake pair. Or UA, whatever I call them, fake. And so I bought them. They came in. The box was damaged. When I took it out of the StockX shipping box, the box was damaged. So I took a bunch of pictures and emailed StockX and said, hey, thanks for shipping me the shoes, but the box is damaged. And they ended up giving me like free shipping or something on the next order, or $50 back or free shipping, something like that. And so luckily for me, later on the road, I was able to get a refund. So,
but you didn't find out.
Yeah. So I got the shoes.
This is a headline.
I got
Blake Yarbrough scammed by StockX. I'm just saying, it might be a clue. You might, like, I know how to title these things, right? But this is a true statement.
It might work out for you.
Yeah, but you're gonna. They did resolve it, right?
Yeah. So
okay,
all right. So the way it went, and I've gotten a lot of different kinds of feedback based off the way it all went down. So essentially, I paid $16.50. I immediately cut off the StockX tag because I was like, this is a shoe I'm trying to keep. Whatever, I immediately cut it off, wore the shoes within 24 hours because that was a grail to me. And when I started collecting, I'd be like too afraid to like wear a shoe. This was like, no, I'm going to wear it and just beat it. Mm-hmm. Even though it was expensive, it's like, that's how I'm going to get my value out of that money. And so I wore it for 2 years. So from 2018 to 2020, I wore it everywhere. I stepped in dog shit in it. Like, everything you could do to a shoe, I did in that shoe. And then some things happened in 2020 that I needed like cash, like today, like fast. And so that shoe, out of all the shoes in my collection, was worth the most because from 2018 to 2020, they went from like 1,600 to like $3,000 to $4,000 for a DS pair, new pair. So it was like, okay, well, my used pair is still like decent condition. Like I could probably get like $2,000 for them, even used. So I was like, all right, cool. So I sold them on GOAT used. Okay, used shoe on GOAT, sold them. GOAT comes back, sends me an email. They're fake, and it was like, I mean, I had no idea. And like maybe if I would have, researched it more, or known more, but that shoe is so rare, it's hard to really find a lot of information on it. Yeah. I wore it to SneakerCon events.
Is this the one like the
brown and red? Yeah, before that.
The brown.
Tom Sachs.
Tom Sachs.
Yeah.
Okay, I know tomorrow. That's the one that T. Blake used to always talk about.
Yeah. So he's got both. He's got the OG pair and the So, so it's a really rare shoe. I thought I had a real pair. I trusted StockX essentially. Yeah. And
it's all about trust. That's what we always say. What makes a shoe real or fake in our head is trust.
Yeah. If you don't get it from the retail. If you don't get it from Nike, Jordan, Adidas, whatever, then you don't.
You're just trusting.
You're trusting somebody else.
Yep.
I sold them on GOAT, right? They tell me they're fake, and I mean, this is not good.
I remember this unfolding because we have like a group text with our like Nick and everything, and he.
Because in your head, you're like, do I expose this? Because can these motherfuckers sue me? Like it's like a lot of things like them. It's just a lot of things I know you're going through your head. Because like I'll be thinking quick to jump and do it too, but you know how these companies are nowadays.
So I bought them before I did YouTube. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, I started collecting shoes 10 or 12 years ago, whatever. And so I just bought these because I liked them. I didn't have a YouTube channel when I bought them. So it wasn't like, there's no like, so many people think it's like, I did the craziest setup of all time for a video, but it's not true. So I just bought them because I really liked the shoe, wore them. Then I started a YouTube channel. Then they ended up being fake. And no, GOAT didn't like switch them out because it was a worn shoe. So like if I have a worn shoe, obviously I'll know that it's mine that they ship back. Yeah. So GOAT ships them back to me. They were like nice about it. They were like, it wasn't intentional. You weren't trying to like scam anybody, whatever. So they shipped them back to me. So then it was like, well, what do I do now? So I needed that money still and whatever. So I was able to get the money other ways, but I made a video about it and reached out to StockX. Luckily, like I was saying earlier, I had emails from where I had complained about the box being damaged. So like the day they shipped in, let's say it was the 24th of the month, I had pictures that I had taken like on my camera roll in my emails that showed that's when I opened the box, the day it was delivered, the box was damaged, whatever. And through those photos that I had, I was able to use authentic photos of sneakers and boxes and compare and prove to StockX that they were fake. So I'll agree with anybody out there like trying to hit up StockX or GOAT or anybody like that and like ask for a refund or whatever. They're going to shut down 98% of the arguments out there because it's just like your word versus theirs.
And it took a lot of, you had to do a lot of go through a lot of connections to even to like get like correct to get even StockX to like consider this. Like,
So wait,
so I kind of like lied to start it off, sort of.
Okay.
So like when you go on StockX platform, if you try to like complete a request or whatever, it asks like, did you get your shoes within the last 3 days? And it's like, no, I got these 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I clicked no, and it immediately like shuts you down.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. So I went back through and said like, yeah. Then I typed out like a well-written like email of like what happened. And then they ended up like emailing me back, and I was able to like talk to like an actual person.
Yeah.
And just like really explain it. And I think for them, like it just made sense that it was like, hey, like he has literally all the proof that you could possibly have that he got these from us, and they're not authentic. Even though like I wore them and everything like that, it's like the shoe that I originally got from them was fake. And so they gave me a refund, $16.50, which I'm super blessed.
So, because there's a lot of dates here, but this is a big thing.
Okay.
This is a big thing. This could definitely travel the airways in a way. It's the story. Because, Blake, to ask the question, Blake, did you get your refund and you wasn't a YouTuber and a normal individual, or was you already a YouTuber making these videos at the time? Because what I would like to hear is the audience that's hearing it is this guy was a normal, no content creator or nothing, and got his money back. Or was you a content creator at the time? Because it could play a difference. Or people would say it would play a difference. I'm just curious.
People definitely say it plays a difference. So when I bought the shoe, I was not on YouTube.
Okay.
When I got a refund, it was 2 years later, and I had started a YouTube channel.
Okay. Did you make a video on it?
I did.
Okay. So you showed them though too. So,
but I didn't. But
you, I mean, it's like what's 100 subs, 200, 500,000. What were you? 15.
When I made that video, I don't know, like 5,000,
5,000,
10,000.
All I could say, because I feel like that story, in my opinion, shows that hey, if you got your facts right, and you make you might have to make a video about it to get your money back, you know?
I mean, and that's an issue that it shouldn't be like that. But
this
is a rare case because it's 2 years ago. So like, if you were a store and you sold off of Two Wild's closet, and 2 years later somebody said you got that shoe that you sold them was fake, you're going to be like,
yeah, they're going to need a lot of proof to prove that that's the same shoe.
And so it's a unique scenario, and like most of the times, like even like you have to do a lot to prove that. And so I think it's justified him making the content though, because that's a ton of money, and that's a shoe that's like super expensive and rare. That was his dream shoe. And what sucks is that the value of it later is double. Like you bought another pair, and it was double what you had originally paid.
I paid $3,000.
So like double what he originally paid, and at least he got his money back.
Oh, they gave me
back what I originally paid, which was $16.50.
Yeah. Nah, I feel like the reason why is because, you know, people will be like, well, they only did it because you're a content creator. But I feel like with 5,000 subscribers, I'm not to knock the number. I just don't feel like it's a significant, like it's not like 100,000 or 50.
I think the video at the time.
Do you think the video had any type of?
It had like 100K views maybe.
Oh, it did?
It had a decent amount of views.
I'm pretty sure you sent that to them like, hey, look.
No, I didn't. So, so that's another thing is like, oh, they saw your video. That's why you got a refund. 100% truth. I never discussed my video with them ever. Okay. Not one time. So maybe they saw it, but I don't know.
Because like at the end of the day,
I would assume that they did.
At the end of the day, like regardless, like I still buy from StockX, still sell on it.
Yeah, me too.
This shit's still happening.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying? Like
you don't buy resale. So what do you buy for StockX?
I mean, I got the Kobe's from there. Man,
I don't buy resale.
So I've met
exposed Tony D. Wild.
I've met different people that have. But you said employed by StockX,
yeah,
and off camera or not, you know, saying names and things like that. Like they had issues back in the day when they were starting up. You know, I think that me personally, my opinion is that their growth as a company was like too quick.
Yeah,
and so it's like, how are you going to if I'm StockX and I'm trying to hire people to authenticate shoes? Like if I hire you guys might do a pretty good job because you know shoes, but I'm trying to hire somebody honestly for like. Not too much money. Like you would want a lot of money. You'd want a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So they've got to hire somebody, you know, for a low enough amount wage that makes sense as a company.
Yeah.
But also they are hoping that that person does a good job authenticating. So
and they're also hoping though that they live in the city that they're running their company out of.
Yeah,
they're not going to fly a person from California that's an authenticator to come to their
now
office.
They would like,
you think so? Well,
if a new app came up, they would probably
now
offer
they got
somebody
different
from
hubs.
so is the one there's one in Atlanta, right? So there's authenticators in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So then they could do something. But what I'm saying, like when I first went back in the day,
just one.
It was one in Detroit.
Just one city.
It's like they're not gonna fly somebody like, yo, we heard this crazy authenticator in New York, we're gonna fly him to Detroit to live here. Like they're not gonna do
in
that.
this day and age though. That they would probably do it. Like if some random app started up, you had money to like fund it. One of the biggest things that I would do is I would try to find the best authenticator, like StockX, offer them more money than they make, and try to get them nowadays. But like back then, fakes weren't as prevalent and as good as they are now.
I think that
they were good, but not like they always progressively get better.
If I and like I said, I probably should be able to remember, but I'll make sure to leave a link to Blake's video on that. But I think that is a very, very important video because I would put you in the category of somebody who is a regular viewer, because I ain't gonna lie, if something happens to StockX and I say, yo, what the fuck, StockX? They're gonna DM me. Shit, Josh Luber used to be like, yo, we're gonna get Tony. When I got my account hacked, Josh was like, Tony, we're gonna figure it out, whatever. But like a regular person, they're not gonna.
Yeah. So my channel is pretty small. I didn't have any like crazy big videos.
That's what I'm saying. I would still put that in the category of, if you're out there and you ever got scammed and you got some real proof of something, then they might look into it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think, like, personally, and this isn't with shoes necessarily, but if you're trying to approach something, you've got to approach it like the right way.
Yeah.
And you might still not get the result that you want. Like, just because you handle it well, you still might not get it. But if you like send them a crazy DM or send them a crazy email, like I promise you're not going to get a refund. I promise. Like my email was written just like, I just tried to show the facts. I didn't try to like put any emotion into it, even though I was obviously like super fucking pissed.
All right, y'all. So I appreciate you, Harrison. Thank you for coming through and letting me expose you. You know what I'm saying? Blake, thank you for coming through. We'll definitely have to.
I'm going to wait for the clips of this to come out.
Yeah, the clips are going to be. I got some good headlines, man. Hey, I actually got monetized on the Too Wild podcast channel, too.
All right, where's my cut?
Yeah, so thanks for the money. Thank you.
Viewers, Tony's going to donate all ad revenue from his channel to you guys in the comments.
No, not yet. Yo, not yet.
No, he wouldn't do that because he's got $15,000
I learned today. I learned today. Salutes to Kais, and now I learned myself who is the fake plug, the UA plug. If I need them,
did you see my comment?
Yeah.
Kais in their last video said, you know, low key, the fake plug is Harrison. And I'm like,
my God.
What? He's like, no. Whenever I need like a fake for a video, I know he's got a bunch of them sitting at the warehouse, so I just ask him. So then I sent him some, and then he just donated them.
You better watch out. Your shit about to flood even more now. But yo, I'm gonna leave a link down below.
All my fakes are for purposes of entertainment and
content.
Will not be content and will not be you. I mean, I'm gonna use them coming up again. I'm gonna try to see if strangers can tell if she was a real fake. I think it's a good concept.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Quick question: you like those Bad Bunnies?
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, I saw it. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on.
I don't mind the silhouette. The color's a little bright for me, but I like that silhouette.
Yeah, I got it somewhere. I gotta do a video. I'm gonna do a video on it. I saw you did a story or something. Yeah,
Seth Fowler did one.
Seth Fowler did a video. He fucked it up for me. Fuck Seth Fowler.
Seth Fowler. Shout out Seth. Go Ravens.
Yeah.
But
just say fuck.
Blake, thanks for coming through. I'm definitely gonna have you guys.
Yeah, you should do a solo with Blake.
Yeah. We'll definitely set something up maybe next week or something. Do something because I feel like there's so much more we didn't talk about because he fucked it up and he just has to talk.
Tony,
he's just so into himself and stuff. So and now he has to leave because he's bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a wife. It's Thursday.
All right, man.
I gotta drive
Well, we'll set something up. I gotta get your number, so we'll definitely set it up. But yo, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see Blake back, if you want to see Harrison back, hit the like button. Comment down below.
Dislike if you want to see me back.
Dislike. Just roast Harrison in the comment section. I'm out, man.
You guys always do. Thank you.
Peace, man. Peace.
See ya.